Hi, I'm Bilal and I'm running for co-president of events and activities.
Hi Bilal. Why are you running for this role?
I'd really like to make a difference at the student union, especially the events and activities, obviously. And I think Johan's done a really great job so far over the past year with all of his like inter-society events. And, you know, I've seen a lot of people be like, yeah, this year's made a big difference to last year. So I'd like to continue with that and also add a few of my own things. For example, I know it's quite intimidating for first years and new students. They don't really get involved in societies and events until the second year. But, you know, I want them to know that you don't have to be part of a society to come to these events. Because even if it's like a football thing or rugby thing, like really it's for everyone. It's just a chance to meet people. So I'd like to make them aware of that. Keeping good relations with the people at SOAS, you know, make sure everyone kind of gets to meet each other, whether you're doing law, music, you know, everyone should try and, you know, have a diverse group of friends, which I think everyone already does because SOAS is so small, but I'd like to try to like increase that. For example, maybe law society and football, you know, people that wouldn't generally meet.
If you win, what would you want to be your trademark policy or creation? Something that would be your legacy?
My legacy, well, personally, I'd like my legacy to be that everyone had a good time whilst at SOAS. So, you know, it's not really a personal thing. It's more for everyone else. I'm quite selfless in that way. Also, I want to offer a lot of support for people who aren't part of societies, just literally random people that might be in the JCR all the time, but they're not really involved or not quite interested in societies. So, yeah, I just want to get them involved. And I want everyone to be like, yeah, events and activities I can attend to, not like, oh, I'm not part of this society, so I can't really go. I just go to the library. So yeah, Oh, and I want another cash machine at SOAS, preferably in the bar.
That'd be a good legacy to have. Why are you the best candidate for the role?
Well, I'm quite an average SOASian. I'm not like too political or too anything. I like to have quite a diverse group of friends. You know, recently I made a lot of friends in the drama society. That was really fun. I didn't think I'd do something like that, but that was really a lot of fun. So, yeah, I'd like to think that I'm the average SOAS student and quite approachable. I'd like to think I'm approachable, yeah.
And you've briefly mentioned Johan, but what do you think he's done that you really admire? And what do you think he could have improved on?
I really admire his the hard work he's put in, especially the Wednesday bazaar thing. That's new, right? That I really like. That was a really good idea. So yeah, I'd like to continue that and add a few more things. And yeah, he's quite a friendly guy. You know, every time I see him in the corridor, I like ask him a few things, and he's cool. And what was the second part?
What do you think they could improve on?
Oh, the thing that I think they could improve on is better student interaction with the co-presidents, because at the moment it's just via emails. And like, fair enough, obviously they respond to their emails, but I think personally it would be best if I could actually speak to them physically, and because every time I go to the office, like, yeah, hardly anyone's around.
And what is something that you cannot do, and what is something that you refuse to do if you were elected?
I refuse to compromise the integrity of the student union and SOAS. Like, if they're like, oh, you can't do this strike, or you can't do this, or you can't do that, I'll be like, get lost. Can I swear on radio?
Probably not.
Okay.
We'd bleep it out.
I'll be like, fuck off. Fuck off, Webley.
It would definitely. You're going to have to be working with Webley.
Yeah.
Oh.
At some point.
Hi, Webley.
If you.
Well, can we ask that?
How would you,
How would I, what?
How would you deal with working with management?
Okay, no, I'll ask it. Okay, wait.
Okay.
Well, I have to ask it.
Okay.
Ask that now because it can be a follow-up.
Okay, yeah, okay. How would you deal with working with management?
I'd be very polite with them, and they are very respectable members of the SOAS community, and I'd approach them, I'd pressure them, but, you know, nothing too radical. You know, I'm not going to occupy Webley's office or anything like that, so Webley, you're all right with me. Nothing to fear.
Sports is actually the least popular issue at SOAS in terms of our poll that we did. How will you promote sports, and how will you find sponsors for the sports teams?
Yeah, promoting sports is a big issue. Basically, I know a lot of people are more interested in like the political side of things at SOAS, but I think we can integrate that with the sports. For example, maybe doing like some charity runs, like, you know, Justice for Cleaners. Maybe do some sport events sports events for Justice for Clean, like of a charity football match or stuff like that. So maybe try and work around it, because obviously no one wants to like jog at 6 in the morning or stuff like that. We're all students, but hopefully, yeah, try to make it a bit more fun.
Could you expand a bit on your manifesto? Is there a reason you kind of chose to go for a more minimalistic edge
Okay.
to your...
Okay, if I could just explain that. Basically, I thought the deadline was midnight, like essays and assignments. So I went into the SU, it was like 4:50, and I was like, Peter Barron was there actually, and I was like, oh yeah, I was thinking of running, not 100% sure yet, like when's the deadline? And he's like, oh, you've got 9 minutes. And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah. I was like, so I had to fill out the form, write a manifesto, and then, because I thought it was midnight basically, yeah.
Okay.
But the posters are, like, they'll be better than that.
You will say on your manifesto that you want to implement new activities inclusive of all of SOAS. What kind of activities did you have in mind?
Activities that I've had in mind are basically, I'd like to organise SOAS trips, SOAS days out. For example, anything like, you know how you used to do in school, like maybe Thorpe Park or whatever, anything, ice skating, just whatever people want to do, just go out, even cinema, like just so everyone can get involved and meet each other. And then from there, you just can continue it. Like, oh, so we've done this, let's do this now. It was really fun. Or even the zoo, last time we went to the zoo with a bunch of SOAS friends and it was really fun. Like, just, yeah.
If you could use 3 words to describe yourself, what would they be?
Amazing, humble, and hardworking.
Thank you.
And stupid. 'Cause that's 4 words.
Thank you, Bilal.
That was a joke.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
That was amazing.
That's hilarious. That's brilliant.